Hi guys, so today reviewing the Perodua Ativa.
Too much for me.
What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do?
So the Ativa is a car of many firsts for Perodua, even though it's not the first SUV. Previously they had the Kambara, they had the Nautica, now they have the aurizn. But the Ativa here nevertheless is the first crossover type product from Perodua, something a bit more passenger car like, a bit more refined oriented, comfort oriented, something better suited for the urban run. So the Ativa here is Perodua's first car to be underpinned by the DNGA platform, which is Daihatsu's equivalent of Toyota's TNGA platform. You know, all this new modular platform construction thing. Now, together with the new platform, the Ativa also comes with a brand new engine, which is the 1KR VET. This basically is the turbocharged version of the 1-liter 3-cylinder engine found in the Azia and the Beza. Now, connected to the engine is no longer a 4-speed automatic transmission, but a CVT, also a first from Perodua. So there are 3 variants of the Ativa on sale with prices starting from 62,000 ringgit. This example that you see here with the two-tone color, this is what we call the advanced version, and it's priced at about 72,000 ringgit. So we look at the front styling of the Ativa. Now, even though you won't confuse this with any other model in the Perodua range, one look at this face, it's unmistakably a Perodua. The design elements are familiar. Most notably this double chrome strip flanking the badge, as well as this triangle surround, plastic surround of the fog light. This is a very distinctive Perodua styling element. Now, the headlights, LED headlights are standard, as are sequential indicators. Now, here's the best part. The base model comes with auto high beam already. The mid-range model and this advanced variant here comes with something of a matrix type head adaptive high beam system, whereby the car is able to self-adjust the throw of the beam so as not to glare other vehicles. And this ties in with the latest ASA 3.0 system, all right, that in hardware terms, it's the same as what you find in the Myvi and the aurizn now with ASA 2.0, but they have improved the software. So right now, the Ativa's ASA 3.0 system, it works at night, so it detects cars at night, but in daytime, it now can detect pedestrians. It also detects motorcycles. So this is great work from Perodua in the sense that they have progressively improved each iteration of the ASA system. What this means is that they have taken the effort and the initiative to democratize advanced safety for the masses. And not only that, with the Ativa, they have also added level 2 autonomous driving system. So with the Ativa here, at least in this advanced version, you also get adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, you have blind spot warning. So where safety is concerned, Perodua certainly has not been stingy with the Ativa. At least if you compare this with the Proton X50, this higher spec Ativa is cheaper than the X50 standard, but the X50 standard does not have the same level of advanced driver assist as this. Coming back to its design, all I can say is that the Ativa, it's inoffensive looking, it's contemporary. It's like Perodua looked at what are the present day design trends, and they set out to design something that fits within those trends. So you see the SUV type styling cues with the unpainted claddings here, the dual tone effect. All right, and you come to the back, you can see that they've put this to sort of like create a really wide glass area visually. All right, visually create a wide glass area. And the taillights have a bit of a 3D effect, and it's smoked. Okay, so down here at the lower edge of the bumper, you can see all these cladding pieces as well, together with this satin chrome finish to give that bit more touch of value to the car. But overall, this is not a design that sets out to break new ground. This is a design that sets out to blend with the crowd. So let's check out the boot. So firstly, we have this well, this is a foldable tonneau cover. All right, here are the folding instructions, and you can see there are two Velcro ends here. So basically the idea is that you can fold this like your sunshades. All right, and this is something you can stow away in a tight space. Now the boot floor itself, all right, this is a 2-level boot floor. So this is the lower level, which allows you to get more cargo space if you need, or you can bring this up for a flatter loading floor. All right, when you drop the 60/40 split folding seats. Okay, so not flat, all right, but they have done well to cover the gaps so that when you have small items, it doesn't drop inside these holes quite so easily. Now we go check out the passenger space. Fold this back. So I'm 170 centimeters tall, got a fist of headroom above me. Lean angle is good. Let me see if I can adjust the lean. Nope, fixed lean angle. Well, naturally, because the Ativa is also designed with young families in mind, the seat cushion is therefore rather short. So as a result, for adults, the thigh support is accordingly compromised. But the trade-off is that you do get good leg room. All right, and here at the back, if you have teenage kids, they've got two 2.1 amp USB chargers to keep their phones continuously powered. Okay guys, so now look at the rear door card. It's just an all sea of black, except with this chrome finished grab handle door opener. Now you come to the front door. All right, they added this grab handle here, this silver painted grab handle with red highlights inside. All right, but this plastic here does feel nice to the touch. Here you've got this is a soft material, but this is hardy plastic, so the assembly feels hardy enough, but of course no pretensions of it being premium here. All right, good length door pocket here, so you've got 1-2 segments for bottles, and this one here maybe you can put in your smart tag. And speaking of smart tags, the Ativa no longer has the built-in smart tag that Perodua previously offered on other models. The reason being is that Perodua saw that they are moving towards RFIDs in the future, and adding that smart tag integration there, it's a cost item that Perodua expects to fall into disuse not in the not too far future. So let's start the engine. All right, so we've got a welcome screen, and you start with looking at the instrument cluster. So you see, this looks like a full digital instrument cluster, but basically the screen is just actually in this 7-inch space. This side here, the right side, this is a monochrome digital display. All right, and Well, you interact with the screen through these steering wheel mounted buttons. And let me just take you through this. So you can cycle between 4 different designs. And then this is the area where you can cycle through various displays. This is, we have the trip computer, range, stop start. This is the ADAS screen. All right, from here where you press. This is the clock, or warning messages. And here, display brightness. You can adjust the display brightness, date and time, design, display settings. What we have here. So here you can see you can choose, right? What are the things that you want? Average, view. You can even choose to show the steering angle. All right. Adaptive cruise control, auto display, eco indicator light. And buzzer. This basically adjusts the volume, front vehicle departure alert, lane departure warning, buzzer alert, turn signals. Well, this actually is something that you can change the sound when you flick your signal lights. All right. So opening sound volume, front vehicle recognition, blind spot monitor, rear cross traffic alert. Notification day. Now this is something cool. All right, you can choose to have reminders of your birthday, all right, anniversary, the car inspection day, your maintenance day. You have vehicle settings here that, this is the front camera for vehicle departure alert. So whether you want to switch on or off for the car to warn you if the car in front has moved off, vehicle departure alert timing, pre-collision warning, blind spot monitoring and RCTA, rear cross traffic alert, of course, door lock. So you can choose whether to have your door self-lock based on speed or based on when you move the selector lever out of park. Your wiper, do you want to have it do you want to have the movement, the intermittent movement, speed sensitive? And also, do you want to have the rear wipers switch on automatically when you engage reverse gear? Your turn signal, one touch indicator, maintenance. Yeah. So this is a run through of the digital cluster. Now here, this screen here, this is a factory fitted screen, and you can see, the response is good, the animations are good, graphic quality is good. So you can even self-activate the reverse camera. Clarity is all right. When I engage reverse, you've got this marker boxes here. And you have voice command here. So this is and you can see here at the top, right, this box here, it shows the way this is assembled. This thing can be removed and this whole piece is taken out. It's a decent unit at this price point, and you can see that they actually put in textures, even though it's in an all plastic, all black interior, but you see they have different textures to the plastic. See, this is one grain, this is different grain design, this is different grain. All right, small efforts to give the dash a bit more perceived value. And here you've got the satin chrome. Well, it's plastic lah, it's plastic, but made to mimic a chrome appearance around the vents. So this panel, so this M1 and M2, this is a unique Perodua thing whereby you can use this to set your favorite aircon settings. All right, and this is something that I think married people, husband and wife who share cars, they may appreciate it. The husband will have a different aircon preference, wife will have different aircon preference. So set M1 and M2 solve that problem. All right, here you've got 12-volt socket, 2 USB ports, and a HDMI port there as well. This is this tray here, just nicely sized for a mobile phone. I foresee in a future facelift they may even this tray position here may be ripe for the integration of a wireless charger. All right, so here this this plastic here also gets this, well, this grain finish, this texture. And the glove box, decently sized glove box. You've got a pull-out cup holder there, one more here as well. All right, so this panel here, the auto high beam, stability control, engine auto start stop, ASA, parking sensors. Now here, this slot here, now because the Ativa still uses a mechanical handbrake, so they are space wise, this is a narrow center console, so space wise they are a bit more limited. But this slot here, well, worked out nicely for me to drop my keys. And I have to say, this is a rather narrow box here. All right, I'm surprised that Perodua didn't put an extra drawer here for us to put, you know, our smart tag inside here. So the front seats, yeah, decent, comfortable, though I'm surprised that the steering wheel here does not have telescopic adjustment. It's only up and down, but that to me is all right. I think at this price point, still I'm able to find myself in a decent seating position. What else is new? So you've got seatbelt reminders for the rear passengers. That's good. See, Perodua even throws in a dash cam for you here as well. So the overall look and feel of this cabin, once again, this is an inoffensive looking cabin, all right, but does not break any new ground. It feels solidly assembled, but definitely nowhere near as plush or as luxurious feeling compared to the Proton X50, which is not too far of a stretch up from the Ativa here in terms of budget. So how does the Ativa drive? Well, you'd be surprised, even though with a brand new platform, with a new engine, new transmission, unrelated to existing Perodua models, the driving sensations feel strangely familiar. It's as if I'm driving a Myvi SUV. It's like the engineers, despite being given a whole new set of hardware to work with, continue to engineer their cars to the same philosophy, the same mindset that brought us the Viva, the Myvi, the Axia, and all these guys. All right, which is where I can hear the enthusiasts sharpening the knives. But for the many hundreds of thousands of Perodua owners out there, of happy Perodua owners out there that continue to ply their trade in their cars, that's not entirely bad news. You see, the thing is this: Perodua cars have never been about enthusiast appeal. They have always been very honest that their cars are here to serve a more practical, a more utilitarian purpose. Cars to bring you from point A to point B. Cars that are meant to be a part of your lives in the least obtrusive fashion. Perhaps not very rich in imagination, but definitely free from shocks, you know, free from bengkel life. I'll be honest, I'm not sure it's entirely my thing either, but the hundreds of thousands of Perodua cars that I see every day on the road, and the fact that many of these owners that I speak to are genuinely happy about their cars, tell me that whatever it is, the people at Perodua, the people at Rawang, they definitely have done something right with their products. So coming back to the way the Ativa drives, well, we'll start with the engine. They may say this is turbo and all that, but this is The performance is, well, thereabouts on par with a 1.5 liter MyV, which is, well, not blistering fast, but definitely fast enough to keep up with urban traffic. And now with the advantage of turbocharging, you have that rich slab of mid-range torque to propel you forward when you need it. So, well, the thing is that the engine, the refinement wise, now the engine does kick up a bit of a fuss when you pull it to the upper rev range. So, you know, try and stay away from 5,000-6,000 RPMs and let the engine do its work in the 2, 3 up to 4,000 RPM range. That's it. All right. At moderate speeds, the refinement is good, but when you take it up to highway speeds, that's where you get a bit more road noise. The engine starts to show a bit of strain, but in the context of urban driving, like right now stuck in a jam in LDP, perfectly alright. And this is where the CVT, or rather Perodua's execution of the CVT, is also being commendable. This is a very smooth shifting CVT that hardly makes its presence felt, alright, in all this, you know, cumbersome, you know, thoroughly unenjoyable, low speed, high traffic volume drives. You know, this is the kind of driving scenario where you just want to get it over with. And yeah, and this car gets you going with the least amount of fuss. Now, I have to reserve my praise. One aspect is the auto start stop. Now, I know a lot of people dislike auto start stop feed. I'm one of them. But I will tell you one thing. The previous 3-cylinder car that I tested, which was the BMW 218i Grand Coupe, that car had a rougher auto start stop than this. Here in the Ativa, the auto start stop, yes, you can hear the engine cranking up, but the vibrations are rather well isolated. You don't feel a jolt or a shake in the cabin every time the engine cuts in and out of life. So that is Perodua engineers doing their homework right there. Okay, the ride and handling. Now, the thing is this: when it comes to ride and handling, a lot of the plaudits often go to Proton. And yes, Proton does have a history of making cars that ride and handle well. But here's the thing: Perodua's capabilities in this area is also grossly underrated. Even though, yes, I still wouldn't pick a MyV over the Aurizn on the grounds of its dynamics, but Perodua engineers do more work in their ride and handling than anybody give them credit for. So you see, the thing is this: Perodua cars, we all know, run on Japanese underpinnings from Daihatsu and the Toyota group at large, but it is in the ride and handling where Perodua engineers do have a sizable contribution. You see, because the thing is this: the taste of Malaysian drivers versus that of Japanese drivers differ considerably, and it is in the ride and handling where the Perodua engineers really make that difference in tailoring the cars to suit our audience. So for example, the steering in a Perodua car is heavier than the Japanese equivalent because Malaysians drive more on highways. We value the added weight in the steering for a more stable feel. Similarly, the suspension of a Perodua car is also tuned to be firmer than the Japanese equivalent, once again for better high-speed stability. Alright, so the thing is, the Ativa here, it won't outrun a Proton X50, but this is not a slow car, you know, where its price segment is concerned. If you were to pit this against the likes of the Honda City, the Toyota Vios, all these cars in the same price and performance bracket, the Ativa will certainly not lose whether you are pitting it in a drag race or in a handling test. So to sum up, the Ativa, even though it's an entirely new product from Perodua, you know, where it's the first Perodua with the DNGA platform, right? It's the first urban crossover type SUV from Perodua. But this is still a largely familiar offering. This is in tune with Perodua's long-established philosophy in that their cars, they spring no surprises. You know what you're getting into. All right, not the most exciting to drive, perhaps, but definitely ticks the right boxes to get the job done with the minimum of fuss.
Maybe about 500 bucks.
You save about 1,000 plus.
To work out cheaper for me.
34,000.
215, even more.
It's for 200 plus, 400 bucks of savings.